I'm your host, Paige Ryans, and today we are talking about the 24th annual Garden State Film Festival. The film festival returns in just a few short weeks from March 26th through March 29th. You can enjoy over 200 incredible films from various countries, screening at 9 different venues all throughout Asbury Park in Cranford, New Jersey. Tickets are available now at gsff.org/tickets, and there will also be tickets available at the door. And now, let's dive in and meet today's filmmakers. Today, I am here with the creators of The Ashes of a Dream. I have the team with me. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here. And congratulations on your acceptance. Congratulations on your film. We're very excited to have you here to chat about your film. So, thank you. Um, and so before we begin, if you wanted to just kind of go around and give an introduction, say your name and your role with the film, and then we'll jump into a discussion about the film.
Cool.
Joe, why don't we start with you
Yes.
since you're the director?
Okay, so I wrote the script, I directed the film, and I played the lead, Randy, in the film.
Hi, I'm Ken Greenblatt. I produced the film with Joe and this wonderful cast they have below us.
We'll go down to me. I'm Alicia Minshew. I play Casey, and I got to work with all these wonderful people, and it was just a pleasure.
Awesome.
I'm Marcia Halfrecht, and I had the joy of playing Joey, Randy's mother. Ma.
Awesome. And Brian?
Hi, I'm Brian Carroll, and I got to be Joe's best friend in the movie. So, well, old best friend.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you for those introductions. And so, Joe, why don't you kick us off and tell us a little bit about The Ashes of a Dream?
So it's about a guy who returns home because his mother is ill, to his mother. And he has a lot of ghosts from his past that keep popping up. Things he did when he was younger that are sort of coming back up. And he's pretty much a failure when he returns home. And he has to reconcile some of the things of his past and make a decision on where he's going to go in his life. So that's kind of the story.
Yeah. And what was your inspiration for writing this, for creating this? Did it come from anything specific?
Yeah. I was in Staten Island and I was walking on the boardwalk with my girlfriend, and this couple passed me and they were both eating ice cream. And the man said to the woman, and he thinks he's getting the house. And then as we continued walking, that sort of spurred my idea. And I said, what about a story about a guy who comes home, he's a complete failure, and the family has cut him out of the will? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, it grew from there. I mean, once I started writing it, that's how I write. I don't really do a lot of outlines. I just basically write and I see what happens, So as I wrote the story, all the other elements started to come into play, and particularly the character of Marcia, of Sylvia, who she really grew during the script and became sort of this. She had this agenda that she used Randy to get through. So if I told you more, I'd give it the story.
Yeah. That was a good glimpse into, giving the audience just a little glimpse. But perfect. That was great. And so Ken, can you talk a little bit about how you kind of got drawn into this project?
Sure. I've known Joe for a couple of years. We met on another project that's still going to come to fruition. And Joe called me and said he wanted to make this film. I said, send me this script. And once I read this script, I would love to work with Joe in general, but the script was excellent. And that really attracted me right away. I've said to a lot of people this, and I mean it, that I've read a lot of scripts in my 30 years in the business. And this is definitely the top 3 that I've ever read. And I felt that way making the film. And it's always great to make a film when you believe so much in the story. It just makes the project so much better. And then, of course, working with these actors below who are just wonderful. And
yeah.
But I want
great cast. Everything's great.
when I mentioned to Ken I want to make the film, I said, let's make a really micro budget film for $100,000. And of course, Ken said, yeah, we could do it, but it wound up costing like 10 times that. But
Yeah, I said this. I told Joe, which is tell everyone, you can make a film for any amount of money. It depends how you make the film, what the scope of the film is.
Yeah.
You know how you're going to do it. But once I read the script, I called Joe and I said, Joe, you got to spend more than $100,000 on this film, or we should raise money because it's too good a script to not have enough days to shoot it or not enough finance to make it right.
Yeah, good decision.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need that extra push of just like someone. Like a recent conversation was like someone who believes in your vision, who sees it and is able to. And I think having a strong team, which I feel like you guys have, just like that director, producer, and then being able to find these excellent actors and actresses to play these roles to really like bring out your vision for the film. It's a really cool process. So that's really great to hear. And so, of course, you found your three of your really great actors and actresses to play these roles in the film. Can you talk a little bit about your process of finding these three actors and actresses? Like, what did that process look like? If you wanted to, I guess we
had a wonderful casting director.
Okay.
So she really brought these wonderful actors to us. And the credit, these are all actors that she recommended to us, and her recommendation was very strong.
Yeah.
When we did it, I'm sorry, Ken, you keep going.
No, please.
Well, it was all like Bryant. When he was great in the audition, but he played the character a little too intoxicated. So we read with each other, and I said, "Let's bring it down."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And he really, once we read, we were done. Sheila just said, don't even audition anybody, just hire Marcia.
Yeah.
Get out of the gate with Marcia. No, that was easy. And as soon as I saw Alicia, that's it. She was Casey.
Oh my God.
And we looked at, right, Ken, how many? 100, maybe 100?
We looked at a lot of people, and for Alicia's role, you had like 3 or 4 runner-up that you were considering, but Alicia was
gosh.
Yeah, that was it. We were done. And then I called her and said, "Do you mind if we put some tattoos on you?" And
yes. I was like, "Tat me up, man! Tat me up! Come on!" I love that role. That was one of the most fun roles I've ever played. Really.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And can you talk a little bit more? Because I was gonna, if you, Bryant, Marcia, and Alicia, wanted to share a little bit more about like what that experience was like for you, like any takeaways, anything you learned, any favorite parts of that role for you.
Marcia, you want to go first? You did so much. You did so much.
Yeah. This was, for me, the role of a lifetime, really. She's so complex. I remember when I first read the sides, because that's all I had was the sides, not the whole script.
Right.
But they were so powerful and different. Like, there were 2 different scenes that I read, and they were very different in feeling, in terms of where her mindset was. So there were a lot of layers to her, and it was just a wonderful experience discovering the layers, finding the layers, which Joe was very helpful with me. And I have to tell you, when I first heard that he was acting in it, I said, "Oh my God, he wrote it, he's directing it, he's gonna act in it. Oh, this is gonna be not easy." This was the easiest film I have ever worked on. Really, the best. I don't go on like that. I'm not effusive. But there wasn't a single person that was a problem.
Yeah.
Not a single, not cast, not crew, nothing. Or I didn't experience any problems. And I've seen a lot of problems on the films I've worked on. I mean, there've been, some crap. But this was a marvelous experience for me, a wonderful difficult. It was difficult because my character was difficult because she's a difficult person. But I've been difficult, so I can go there. That's it.
Not you. You're not difficult at all. You're the best.
Oh, you don't know.
That's awesome. And Alicia Bryant, what was that like for you? Like how was this experience for you?
Who wants to go? Me, Brian?
Ladies first.
Okay. I will tell you, when I read this script, I turned to my husband and I said, oh my God, I effing love this script. And I loved the role of Casey so much. It was very different from anything I'd ever played. She was more rough around the edges, and I don't often get cast to play that. So I must have thanked Joe so many times, Joe and Ken, thank you so much for casting me in this, because it's not the normal type of role that I play. So I got to play someone a little more rough around the edges than me. And she's tattooed and she curses and she smokes. And it's all things that I did when I was like 20. So I just got to sort of get in touch with a part of myself that was always in there, but, wasn't able to come out until I played Casey. And some of the musical references and everything, I mean, Joe and I just vibed, like just over music and just, our past. And same thing when I worked with Bryant too. The three of us had so much fun the first time we worked together. It was such a pleasure. And it was just almost like Marcia said, such a special role for me to be able to play. And I just got to play and do what I love. And I worked with Joe is so good. Bryant is so good. I mean, Marcia, I didn't really get to work with you, but you're amazing. So to work with these people, I didn't really have to do much. Just let them affect me. And the words were on the page were so easy to mean something to me. So I really just got to have fun with it. I mean, so many fun things. I can't even, eating hot dogs and dancing on the Staten Island ferry with the guys. And I mean, the list goes on and on. It's like an actor's dream. At one point we were filming in Times Square and I was like, this is a really amazing career moment in Times Square. Right? Like the city that I live in, I'm sitting in Times Square with these guys eating hot dogs, like, come on. It's a dream. So it was really just fun and special. And I cherish the time that I had. And I haven't seen the film, so I'm excited to see it.
That's awesome. That's so cool when, it's been a while or, you haven't seen it. It's like that first experience of that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I echo everything everybody's already said. I mean, when this role for me it had so much meat and so much depth that, and I read for it, and then my agent had told me that it had gone away, like it had been cast by somebody else. And then like a couple months later, I get a call and I'm getting a call back, and I was like, wait, what? So it was awesome. And like Joe and I clicked immediately, and, getting to be this raw, damaged person that gets a little redemption at the end was just an amazing experience. And getting to work with Lish, and like she said, like we had the best time that first night of shooting when we were on the Staten Island ferry in Times Square. I mean, it was so much fun, and then that bar that we were in, and it's like, and then I'm gonna give everything away, so I'm gonna shut up now. But it was an amazing experience, and it was a role of a lifetime, and it's all thanks to Joe. So
yeah, thanks, Joe.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
It was a wonderful opportunity. Really good, buddy.
Yeah.
It was a great experience, really.
Of course, right.
Yeah.
So we just really, look, we shot it in the winter. It was cold. It was
My God.
But that played into the story.
Yeah, it did.
The weather was bad. There was a bit of underlying suffering, that was going on.
Not to mention, we had to go down for COVID for 2 weeks.
And then I got COVID. And Marcia, you got COVID.
That's right. You guys
Yeah, we had to go get
Wow.
Joe got COVID. Go down.
I forgot about that.
I didn't. I was so glad. I'm sorry,
Oh,
Joe, but I
thank
was
God,
so
yeah.
glad you got COVID too, because I thought, oh my God, I've started something that's going to spread all.
Right.
Yeah.
But we worked out. We went down. It didn't stop us, and we went back up. We absorbed the cost, and it was fine. It was what it was.
Yeah.
None of the roles were really easy. I mean, Alicia had this stuff from, Casey has all this stuff from her past that sort of starts to come up.
Yeah.
That she has to kind of bring back, and that was hard. And then she sort of is I guess the joy in the film. She's as you watch the story, you see she sort of turns it around. And then Marcia had a ton of lines to memorize, and
Marcia, you really
and,
really did.
and we felt, man, I was rubbing her back, hang in there, Marcia. She was great. And when you see the film, you'll see she's outstanding. And of course, Brian had this really layered, damaged character that he had to bring forth. So, and they all did a great job. I mean, I'm very fortunate because everyone who sees the film says that. In fact, someone saw it recently and said there is not one bad performance in this whole film. Everybody is outstanding. It really worked. So
I agree. I think everyone brought as the story progresses, you can just see everyone really just, every character just brings their own. And I feel like, everyone did a great job just really exemplifying the story. And it's a really well written story from start to finish. The cinematography, everything about it is great. And then also Alicia touched on a point that you made about the dancing. That was a fun scene too. I actually rewinded it because I had to rewatch it again. I really just enjoyed the fun. It's just and
that was really an improv scene when you think about it.
That wasn't in the script.
That wasn't in the script at all. It worked out so great.
I think we were all together, and Joe, you were just have fun, do what you're doing. I think Bryant and I were kind of messing around. It was cold. It was late at night. We were in the middle of the Staten Island ferry, and I was like, okay, this is just what you're doing when you're out with your friends at midnight. You're, smoking a little. You're stoned, and that's what we would do. And so it was sort of a natural thing, and you guys were just go with it. And I love those moments that happen. Paige, I love that you enjoyed that because it was a fun first scene for the three of us to do together. But I wanted to say that even though the role is fun, Joe did a really good job of adding layers, not just to Casey, but to everybody. So while I got to have fun, I got to really play some deep stuff, especially scenes with Joe. And it was so easy to do it with him because I just looked at him and he was so present that it was right, Marcia?
Yes.
When the other actor gives you something so natural, it doesn't take much. It's all there. So that was nice to play to have something different and some layers. And so we were all just really, really lucky to do.
We were all connecting to each other's hearts. It was we were all.
Yes. And you felt that. You definitely felt that.
There was such a connection between us. It was incredible.
When I said joy before, a joy to work on this film, because it was a joy to have the opportunity to express vengeance, to express it, but with a positive purpose. There really is a positive purpose. I think, and how I hope that comes through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I cried when I read the film. You know that? I cried. When I haven't even seen it yet. When I read it, I cried. And that doesn't happen a lot. We read a lot of scripts that are good and crappy. So the words to me, just a lot of things about it made me cry in a good way.
I wanted to cry from joy for actually seeing a good script.
Oh, really?
So many bad scripts.
Right?
And the center of the film is so, I think, profound but subtle. Joe's performance that this shift, the whole film is about him shifting from this failed loser to well, I won't give it away. We'll just say it shifts.
Yeah.
And I think my character's a part of that shift.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
Casey's a part of that shift.
Maybe a little.
Yes.
Oh, yes, a lot.
And most of the characters in the movie experience a pretty profound change as the story progresses, right, Ken? I think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They'll have a good arc, especially. I mean, Marcus's redemption, yours is redemption too.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's redemption for all of them when you think about it.
Yeah.
It really is a film about redemption, about coming home and reconnecting and making, because all the holes that your character left when he left his family and his home and his friends is still there, and you're able to fill them by coming back. It's beautiful.
Definitely.
There's a saying that, the little ripples you create in your youth come crashing to the shore when you get older, and that's sort of what is going on in the film, and then you have to deal with them.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there are a lot of just different themes intertwined, but it still holds on to that heart, and you still get those joyful moments. So I think that it's again a really great story, and I think audiences will really enjoy this. And unfortunately, as we come to the end of our interview, I really enjoyed this conversation so much, and it was really great talking to each and every single one of you. My final question for you is: will you all be joining us at the festival in person this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
1, 2. Okay, everyone will be there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Well, listen, we look forward to seeing you in person.
Thank you.
Yes. And for our viewers online, you can check out The Ashes of a Dream. It'll be screening on Sunday, March 29th at the Jersey Shore Art Center, Block JS 37, between 2:30 p.m. or from 2:30 between 2:30 p.m. and 5:05 p.m. And then again, for everyone watching, we will see you at the Garden State Film Festival, just a few short weeks. 200 films from various countries, screening at 9 different venues throughout Asbury Park and Cranford, New Jersey. You can get your tickets at gsff.org/tickets. And once again, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for being here. It's truly been a pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
See you in
you.
a few weeks. All right. I'll see you at the festival.
Guys soon.
Oh, great. You'll be there.
Yes.
Yay! We'll find you. We'll
Yes.
find you.
I'll look for you guys too.
Thank you so much. This was fun, you guys.
I'll look different. My hair will be more like a
Oh God, you're beautiful. Well, I look forward to seeing everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Be fun.
Amen.
Take care.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.